What's going on, guys? So, no working on my cars tonight. We're gonna go over to Mikey's garage and he's gonna show us his E30 that he's been building for the last 2 years now, that he finally got the drift last weekend. So I'm heading up to Mikey's now and should be there in a few minutes, but make sure you guys hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, the bell, and all that jazz. Follow me on Instagram, Mikey's Instagram, I'll put it down below. If you like what you see and you want to see more, follow my man's on Instagram. Alright.
Helping you, yeah.
So we're at Mikey's garage here.
What's up, guys?
And we're gonna get a little look at his E30 drift car.
Dirty as hell, I just got back from that.
Yeah, but she gets used. She's fresh off the trailer from the event.
Sure.
And she looks good. He just wrapped it last week, finished it. Some of y'all might recognize this color, but only the people that know what looks good goes with that color. Some metallic purple too. It's a
Came out alright.
You can really see the with the light.
Yeah, it looks hella good.
It looks good.
Not too bad.
All right, so give me the deets.
Chassis is a 1985 BMW E30. It's originally started its life as a 325e, which is like their bitch ass fuel economy car. So it's got this really bad 2.7 liter long stroke 6-cylinder, and
special.
yeah, it's literally made for fuel economy. So it's like terrible for drifting. So what did I do? I drifted it, and I blew it up the first event. Yeah, it spun in the bearings, so I ripped that out.
I forgot. Yeah, you took it to Dover.
Took it to Dover, and
R.I.P.
yeah, it made it through most of the event, a full day, and it just started throwing the oil weight and grid, and I shut her down and pulled the drain pan or drain plug, and just sparkles came out. So
it was probably for the better that stock motor blew up, because like I feel like that just would have held you back at that point if you kept trying to drift with it.
100% agree. It was not good to start out with, and I definitely would not recommend anyone watching this to do that. So step one, if you have an E, rip it out.
Yeah.
First mod, just take it out. So now,
yeah, wait, gotta give you space to do this.
Yeah. Bear with me. So now, it's got a 1997 2.8 liter M52 engine that I've done a bunch of like cheap junkyard mods to, if you will, you know, like backyard mods. So it's got OB1 manifold, tubular headers. It's got a hot cam swap, which is the intake cam is out of a 3 liter M54, and the exhaust cam is actually an intake cam out of a 2.5 liter M50 non-Vanos. So I know that sounds like a bunch of gibberish, but like BMW dudes know what I'm talking about. It's a super cheap, super cool mod, and it gives similar camshaft profile to the M3 cams without being $400. So with the machine work, there's a little bit of machine work involved in the front, nothing crazy. Like, I did it, I'm an idiot, and it worked out fine. So that, yeah, premium Johnny.
That's a premium line. Right?
That's that good shit. That's the bear. That's that bear rad, man. It works. So yeah, definitely made a big difference. It's tuned, but I really want to get it dyno tuned and see what it actually puts down. But the motor was completely rebuilt by myself, and it, the thing just rips. It's a great motor. OBD2. Because it's, you know, it's 2021, there's no reason why people should be doing OBD1 swaps anymore.
Seriously.
So yeah,
we use technology, it's there.
Yeah, literally, it's not that hard. Everything is plug and play. Like the harness is plug and play. They literally sell everything to just drop this in and go.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. She's a little ripper. Lightweight flywheel, great clutch. The usual John. Yeah. Deleted the booster because some people like, so whenever you do an E30, swap into an E30, you have to either run, you know, a Porsche booster or like a I believe a Mark II or Mark III booster. I didn't really care enough for that because I got big legs. So I just deleted the booster entirely. There got tons of room, so we're good.
So how do you like it without?
I personally love it. I love the modulation. So, you know, with a power brake, it's very soft, and then it grabs pretty hard. You know, it's pretty difficult to modulate. It's very touchy. With manual brakes, when done correctly, with the pivot points and whatnot, you do have to push it harder, but there's so much more pedal feel that it's much more of a connected kind of experience when you're braking. So you can be much more precise with it rather than like an on-off kind of switch. It's
okay.
Yeah, you can really feel the car.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's my first manual brake car, but I love it. I've got no complaints.
Yeah, you get used to it after a while.
Yeah, you definitely got used to it, but it's not a handicap, you know?
Yeah.
You just gotta learn how to drive it, that's all.
Yeah.
So don't be a little bitch.
And then what arrow is this again?
Click tuning.
Click tuning arrow.
Yeah. Man.
E46 wheels. I'm sure they have some kind of style or something.
Style 44. Yeah, style 44. So I finally upgraded to 17s.
Yeah, and I was telling, yeah, well, also it took you long enough to do 17s, but I was telling that these wheels look amazing on this car.
Yeah.
They fit it very well. I know, and they're stock wheels. That's the craziest thing.
Stock, yeah. 17 by 8, really high offset.
Yeah, I feel like just with like the slight stretch and the studs coming out of the back, I feel like they don't look like a stock wheel. They look like an aftermarket wheel.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I forget what people are saying they look like I'm gonna probably embarrass myself, but like T27Rs or something like that.
Oh, the works, the emotions, yeah.
Those people are, yeah, they're like stock works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you.
And yeah, I'm really happy with them. And this all started, the 17s and everything, because of my SLR Ultra Angle kit. How they have the block, there's not much room.
Oh yeah, with that Heim joint down there.
Yep. It has the bump steer correction. So there's not much room there. So I tried my 15s with a big spacer, didn't work. I borrowed 16s.
Yep. Yep, there it is.
Yeah. I borrowed 16s, didn't work. Just had to go 17s, and it just so happened that this worked perfectly.
Tuck her in there.
Yeah, get on it now. Hopefully you can see.
Yep, there it is. The good old purple.
Just don't look at the coilovers. I got Fortunatos on the way. Those were temporary, but temporary turned into 2 years of me having them. It drives so good.
Yeah.
So much better than my janky like eBay toe plates and welded E36 arms. It's just worlds ahead.
Yeah. I've driven Chris's SLR car, one of his cars with SLR, and yeah, it's literally like the best feeling front suspension no matter what. I don't care what anyone says.
Crazy amount of caster, the car self-steers very well.
That's the thing, is the caster. That had like 7 degrees of caster, like I think that's what he runs. Kendrick runs like 7 degrees, and that's why I was able to get out of the 3000 too. And it
sucks that you can't really see it. When I had the fenders off, it was very obvious, but like my strut top is like here, and
seriously?
Here's their pivot point. So it's like it's crazy amount of caster in these cars.
Christ.
Yeah, and it's even more so in like E36s.
Yeah.
It just flops right over. It's so nice.
That's nice.
So nice. Nothing crazy with the seat. I put the stock shifter in it because the chassis mount sucked for drifting.
Willwood Chase Base Hydro setup.
Yes sir, yes sir. Chase Base lines, Willwood Master, Willwood Hydro, Sparker steering wheel, energy quick release. I put the tack on the dash because I'm still a Mustang kid at heart.
It's very Fox body of you.
Yes sir, yes sir. Gotta have the monster dash, monster tack. Still have the stock interior in it, less the carpet. I'm gonna be working on putting the carpet in it soon because street car.
Always gotta have a carpet.
Oh yeah,
always
makes a little difference. And it's like you're not driving a pro car, so like the amount of noise, vibration, and harshness is not worth.
Agreed. Yeah, I totally agree.
The what, 40, 30 pounds you take out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So my fat ass gets in this, it just completely negates anything I did. So.
And then you got the duckbill.
Yeah, little duckbill.
Vibrant exhaust, vibrant muffler.
Vibrant muffler. It's a 3-inch. Actually, it's a 3-inch exhaust all the way to the wide pipe. Just goes to the eBay headers. It sounds very good. The Vibrant does a great job of kind of controlling the rasp of these motors. You know, if you've ever heard like an S54, like Chris's M3, if you've ever heard an S54, or even a straight pipe normal like.
Well, there's plenty of straight piped E36s at the track,
exactly.
and yeah,
You hear that? It's just like.
I've heard my fair share.
So I'm not a fan of that noise. Some people are. I hate it, and so I'm not gonna have a lot. And it's kind of nice to be tone.
Got some sick stickers.
Thank you. Yeah.
You got the Mike Jones sticker on here too.
There you go. Shout out to Mike Jones. Florida boys.
Oh wait, hold on, I forgot. My face is on the car too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, never forget. But now with the pit wipers on.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh man, that's good. Yo, this my old sticker matches the car now too.
Surprisingly, right? It just all works. Maybe it was, maybe it was fate.
Hey, purple's the way, man. Purple and glittery black is the way to go.
Yeah, it came out great. And yeah, it's my first time ever wrapping a car. So obviously there's gonna be imperfections, but it's a learning experience. So I'm happy I did it. I can say I did it. And it's just another part of the car that is mine. It's not something I just kind of hate someone to do or have a shop with or whatever. Not like there's anything wrong with that, but
yeah.
I take great pride in doing everything to this car. Everything in this car I've touched up on myself, between the motor being rebuilt or the subframe or everything you see I did myself. So I take great pride in that.
I mean, I can say the same thing. I mean, I was just saying to him, when you wrap your own car, you know where all the imperfections are, and like on the 3000, I sit there and I just like can pick everything out, and I'm like, all right, this is screwed up, that's screwed up. And when people see it, they're like, oh, the car looks great. And like I came in, I'm like, oh, car looks good. And he knows where all the imperfections are, but I'm like, I don't know, man, it looks good to me. But no, it came out good. I thought straying away from the red would have been like a little weird.
Right.
But honestly, seeing it like in a darker color and like in this color, I think it was definitely
a
solid move.
Yeah, it was a fine line, because I'm sure everyone knows how many different shades of colors there are and how many different shades of purple there is. So I took way too long trying to find the exact color I wanted, and I'm very happy I hit the nail on the head. This is exactly, I've always wanted a purple car ever since I started driving, and this is...
Well, it's better than like a purple fox body or something.
You ain't wrong. But
sweet.
Shit, man, purple fox body is still worth more than this thing.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so then the last thing, I guess, rear, because I know you have stuff done to the rear suspension.
Yeah, so the rear is almost 100% Z3, those roadsters, and it's cool because if you put a 6-cylinder Z3 trailing arm setup on these cars, they're 20 millimeters wider. And if you come over here, you can see this is my stock E30 arm that I took off. The Z3 arm, this cast part is actually 20 millimeters wider right here. So all of this is out to here. And that of course affects how the wheel sits in the wheel well. This is all the same, but this is where it becomes wider. So when you do that, you're gonna need to have a wheel that is a much higher offset to suck everything back in and make it work. But of course, once you do that, everything has to change. So I have Z3 rotors, Z3 hubs, Z3 axles, Z3 brakes. It's all Z3 now, except for my differential, which is an E30 differential, a 373 ratio. I think works very well with this motor.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
But at the end of the day, like you were saying before, going to the Z3 axle is kind of like a blessing in disguise, because you're no longer snapping these things like twigs.
Yeah, I think another part of that was cheaper axles on my part. When I did break the first OEM axle, I went to Advance and got some Advance axles.
I was there for that one.
Yeah, that popped first turn. Second one, broke that one, and I just gave up.
And then you broke the car.
Yeah.
I'm climbing under here.
Pop pan. So, of course, being the hot boy that I am.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Let's see here. What I did was painted the undercarriage, the trailing arms and all that shit, same purple that you've got in your engine bay. Thank you very much for helping me with that.
I like this little tow hook.
Yeah, tow hook stuff, yeah. So I've got a bunch of bracing on the subframe, and I've got a bunch of bracing on the control arms. Obviously, running bigger, heavier wheels, I just want to have, make sure that everything is is all good. But these are the Z3 axles, and
Yeah.
these are longer to make up for the difference in width. Now this is where you can see what I'm talking about, is this part, this section, that's the wider section. So that's 20 mil wider compared to the other one. But I welded in this brace right here, welded in that guy.
Gotcha.
Welded on a bottom plate, and there's just like I said, there's a bunch of bracing everywhere just to make sure. These like to flex a lot.
Yeah.
So being an E30, you gotta.
I can see them flexing a lot too, because they are kind of just like the whole subframe is just like a side to side thing. It's not like really box, like a square shape or anything, because then you have it pulling up to the chassis.
Yep.
These I like, because I feel like when you have a trailer, do you tie it down with these?
I do. I lock the rear. I crisscross the back. That's why they're kind of bent in a little bit, but I like to have them be
that
tight.
would be like super convenient for tying down the car.
It just, I just hook them right in, tighten them down and crisscross, couple of clicks, and she's good. The front, I run it through the tire, or run it through the wheel, and that's it. I'm loading up in 5 minutes. Super easy. It's a 10K rear spring, just with a Coney yellow shock. It's an iBox spring. Nothing too crazy. I like it. That particular rate, because it gives me just the right amount of firmness, but also a good amount of softness, so that way when it squats, it grips up. Because with these trailing arms, as the trailing arm compresses, the camber and toe increase, which of course, as it toes in, it grips up. So, but
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, like I said, these axles, 61,000 mile axles out of a Z3. It still has the nice gold coloring on them. They're brand new, man. OEM, good stuff. So yeah, she's pretty cool.
Hopefully they last.
Hopefully. Yeah, and the diff spacers too. They're down there.
This thing was ripping, like pouring smoke on track. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So all you drifter kids, just buy $60 Ironmans. They're the fucking best. They last forever. They're grippy. They're good. It's got a 380 treadwear. Nothing crazy, but they last literally forever. They smoke amazing, and it makes this little 200 horsepower car look like it's, looks like it knows what it's doing.
Yeah, keep your shit simple. Don't try drifting 3000 GTs and like pro cars.
No, this is not simple. Do not listen. Do not drift an E30. You're gonna hate your life. Kids, buy an E36, reinforce the subframe, and drift it. That's all you have to do.
Seriously, just cut the middleman. Just go right to the E36.
Just get the E36. Yes, you will look like everyone else, but you'll actually get seat time.
That's the problem. We all try be different than everybody else, and like all it does is cause more headaches. We look cool and we are different.
We look cool, shit.
But god damn, it sucks. I wish I bought an S chassis, or I wish I bought an E36, but like I don't. But like,
is it really worth it in the end?
That's the thing. It's like I think it is worth it. Like that's because like I have fun.
Yeah,
I really think it is worth it.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, like being different's tough.
Being different is tough.
But we're all not about the cookie cutter lifestyle to an extent. But hell yeah, dude.
Except for Chris Meyer. Chris, if you hear this, stop buying E36s.
Chris is the reason why the E36 market's going up.
Literally.
All right, well, shit.
Don't wrap your car, just get in drive. Seat time's the best. Weld it, have fun. That's it.
I kind of disagree, because style has a lot to do with it. But
you add style after you're good at driving.
Yeah, bang your car up a little bit, and then go to style.
Having a dope car is cool, but having a dope car and you sucking at driving just makes you a laughing stock. Because now you just look like the asshole that showed up with like $3,000 worth of kit and like these crazy wheels, but you can't drive worth a shit. You can't even link a turn. So do that shit first, fuck your car up, and then make a nice ass car and you're good.
Yeah, send it to Wawa a couple times, get that out of your system, rip some bumpers off, and then get out there.
And do it.
Yeah.
Just don't be like me and Mikey.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I had a 1 of 10 front lip that I ripped and blew to pieces on my first event, and then fixed it, and then blew it again. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's all. Have fun, kids.
All right, well, sick. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
As always.